You know Mahatma Gandhi, right? This guy with glasses. But what if I tell you, Mahatma Gandhi was not responsible at all for India's independence? Sounds crazy, right? In fact, India's real independence story is hidden. It was never taught to you in school. So do you want to know how India actually got its independence? If you want to know, then hit the like button right now. I don't want to hear any excuses. If you love India, then show it to me by pressing the like button. And whoever doesn't subscribe the channel will get diarrhea. Yes, I am giving curse to each one of you. So subscribe if you wanna save your toilet. And I don't know why, but YouTube is hiding my videos from you all. There is only one solution of this. Those who are already subscribed, check if you have all notifications on or not. If it is off, then turn it on. After turning it on, it will show a check mark. If it's showing check mark, then we are good. In this video, I am not going to completely hate Gandhi like right-wing Hindus, or completely support him like left-wing Hindus. What I am going to do is provide a completely neutral history about Gandhi. So let's start. The first question is, how did India get independence? Basically, many people were involved behind India's independence, like Mahatma Gandhi, Netaji Bose, and Bhagat Singh. But in Indian schools, Mahatma Gandhi is given the main credit. So how effective was Gandhi for India's independence? I don't care about your answer, because the real answer is moderate to very less. Let me explain why. So India got independence from British, right? India didn't get independence because India alone itself made the British weak. So who made British so weak that they had to leave their colonies, such as India? Well, answer is the infamous leader, Adolf Hitler. I know it's a strong opinion and very hard to take in, but Hitler is one of the main reasons behind India's independence. And second most contribution was Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose INA, also known as Ajad Hind Fauj. Both of them together made the British extremely weak. Your history teacher definitely skipped this part. World War II was the real game changer for Indian independence. Hitler's Germany absolutely destroyed the British Empire. Just think about it. Britain spent £27 billion fighting Germany. That's like $2 trillion today, which is more than the GDP of so many countries. British lost hundreds of thousands of soldiers. Their economy was completely shattered. Their global empire became impossible to maintain. So by 1945, Britain was bankrupt, exhausted, and couldn't afford to keep controlling India. The British Empire that ruled a quarter of the world in 1939 was completely broken by 1945. And who broke them? Hitler's Germany. Winston Churchill's own government admitted they couldn't afford to keep India after the war. The math simply didn't work anymore. So why don't they teach this in schools? Simple. How do you explain to kids, hey, thank Hitler for helping free India? That's problematic. So instead, they massively exaggerate Gandhi's role and downplay the actual historical context. They make it seem like peaceful protests alone defeated the world's largest empire. Reality: the British left because they were bankrupt and broken from fighting Hitler. They weren't scared of some 70-year-old man's peaceful protests. On Indian school textbooks, it's written Gandhi did non-cooperation movement. Gandhi did quit India movement. He did this march, that march, this protest, that protest. Bro, if all of this had worked, British would leave long ago. What kind of dumbass you have to be to believe that a 70-year-old man alone made India independent? So what actually freed India? A combination of these four factors. But if we're being honest, World War II did 80% of the work. The British Empire was already collapsing. India's independence was inevitable after 1945. This doesn't mean Gandhi was useless. His movements kept the independence struggle alive. His international fame brought global attention. His methods inspired millions. But was he the sole reason India got freedom like Indian textbooks claim? Absolutely not. The textbooks massively overstate his importance while completely ignoring the geopolitical realities. Hitler's war broke the British Empire's back. Gandhi's movements made sure India was ready to step up when the opportunity came. It's not either or. It's both. But schools can't exactly teach, hey kids, thank Hitler for weakening the British. So they focus entirely on Gandhi and pretend the rest didn't happen. Now let's talk about the dark side of Gandhi, which schools never teach you. Did you know? This so-called Mahatma was literally racist. Not only racist, but also misogynist. When he went to South Africa in 1893, he went there for a one-year legal contract, just a temporary job as a lawyer. But what he experienced there changed him forever, in both good and bad ways. At first, he faced brutal racism himself, got thrown off a train for being Indian, beaten for not moving from his seat. This is where he started developing his non-violent resistance methods. But here's the uncomfortable part. While fighting for Indian rights, he wrote some pretty awful things about black Africans. In his early writings, he called them Kafirs, which was a racial slur. He described black people as living like animals. He actually petitioned the government to separate Indians from black Africans, arguing Indians were superior. This wasn't just one comment, this was his consistent position for years.
Wow, this is something new. I never knew this independence's credit stealer was also a racist.
Later in life, Gandhi started what he called celibacy experiments. He began sleeping naked with young women, including his 17-year-old grandniece named Manu. His explanation was it's to test his self-control against sexual temptation. His own family was horrified. His sons thought he'd lost his mind. Even his closest followers didn't support it. His views on women were pretty traditional for his time. He believed women's primary role was in the home. But to be honest, feminism wasn't a thing even in the West in 1940s, so we can't blame him for being traditional. But here's what makes Gandhi actually interesting. He grew. Unlike people who double down on their bad takes, Gandhi actually evolved. He stopped being racist, and by the 1920s, he was actively fighting all racial discrimination. He started working with black leaders, acknowledged his past mistakes, and became a true anti-racism advocate. His views on women also evolved. He worked with strong female figures like Sarojini Naidu and Kasturba Gandhi, and said that women's courage often surpassed men's. Now it's time to destroy some WhatsApp University propaganda. So the first propaganda is Netaji and Gandhi were enemies. Now this is a completely illogical statement, because they both were in Congress. Yes, it is true that Netaji left Congress in 1939, because Gandhi was all about non-violence and Netaji wanted India should directly fight against British. Because of this idea mismatch, Netaji left. But don't forget he was literally the Congress president before that. Also, people who hate Gandhi, they glaze Netaji. But did you know? Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose himself publicly called Gandhi Mahatma after Rabindranath Tagore gave him that title. They had different methods. Bose wanted armed struggle. Gandhi wanted peace, but the same goal, free India. One more popular propaganda from WhatsApp University is that the Congress licked Britain's feet to get independence. This propaganda is completely misleading, because without Congress, Netaji probably wouldn't even be Netaji like we know him today. Because without that national stage, he'd have had no network, no recognition, and no support to later form the INA as Ad Hind Fauj. And saying Congress licked British feet makes zero sense, because these are the same people who got jailed repeatedly, beaten and shot during civil disobedience and quit India movements for India's freedom. Just because they supported a peaceful method doesn't mean they were licking anyone's feet. And another big propaganda is because of Gandhi, the country got partitioned. Bro, what? The same people who say Gandhi was close to Muslims also say because of Gandhi, the country got partitioned. Bro, Gandhi always opposed partition. Mahatma Gandhi always believed in Hindu-Muslim unity, which is the core reason of why India should not have been partitioned. He was creating unity in Hindu-Muslim in the first place, so country won't get partitioned. Gandhi wanted to show everyone that Hindu-Muslim can live together in a single country. It was Jinnah and Muslim League who pushed for the partition. You should blame Jinnah, not Gandhi, for it. In fact, when partition happened and India got independence on the 15th of August, 1947, Gandhi was devastated and genuinely heartbroken. He literally didn't even attend the big independence celebration in Delhi on August 15, 1947, while everyone else was celebrating freedom. Instead, he was in Calcutta, trying to stop Hindu-Muslim violence. When he heard about the massacres, he reportedly cried and said independence felt like a tragedy, not a victory. For him, freedom with partition was like winning a house that's on fire. Everyone else were celebrating, but he was crying. He was soft towards Muslims, so that there won't be a need to create a separate country for Muslims. But nowadays many Hindus confuse it with he was soft towards Muslims because he hated Hindus. Another propaganda is he was pro-British. Oof, this one is a little too dumb. Won't even counter it. He spent half his life in jail fighting the British. So in this video I have taught you the real history. Showed you both sides of Gandhi. Every coin has two sides. Great historical events usually have multiple causes, including some uncomfortable ones. Next time someone tells you Gandhi single-handedly freed India through peace alone, you'll know the real story. The messy, complicated truth they don't teach in schools. Now comment, do you support Gandhi? Include the reason for supporting or not supporting him. Like and subscribe for more videos.
In the neon glare we take flight. Every twist, every turn ignites the night. Speeding ahead, breaking free. Endless options for you and me. Chaos reigns, trails of blaze. Anime versus these dizzy names. Across dimensions we thrive. Anime versus, let's revive. So let's persist, never slow. In this journey our spirits grow. With anime versus leading the way.